So I love this. So when I was on the radio in Atlanta, I had the Just Steph show in Atlanta on the radio, and I every year I did a segment with summer reading, what you should be reading for this summer. And this year is no different, that I'm in Boston and I'm here. And so I have your books for you. But first, before I get into your books, and I am going to pull a grace card for you today, before I get into your books, what I want to tell you is you want to get on my newsletter. The link is in the description of this video. It's 10 groovy do's to get you in the groove. It's 10 things you can do right now to feel amazing. Okay? And when you get that free download, you are signing up for my newsletter, which will give you all these great motivational tips and inspiration. I recap a lot of my Facebook Lives if you missed them, and of course a lot of fun and first dibs at Just Steph stuff. So I have a lot of stuff coming up. I have a big announcement that I'm going to be making shortly, and I'm getting ready for that, and I've refined it, and it's going great, and I can't even wait. It's going to be around the end of the month, and I'm going to be announcing it and going forward in July, and it's going to be amazing for all of my Just Steph people that love what I'm doing here and all that I'm channeling from God, the universe, your higher power, whatever it is that you want to call infinite intelligence. I like God, but you call him, her, whatever you want. Okay, and so I have that. Also, my book, which is going to be one of the big announcements on my newsletter, my emails, that is going to be ready for purchase very shortly. I've just put in the last little fixes, and I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and I don't want to give you a book with errors in it and things that are not going to work for me. And so if it's not going to work for me, it's not going to work for you. And anyway, in that sense with the grammar. Anyway, so there is a link in the description of this video if you want to pre-order your book. Please go ahead and do so. But the big announcement will be coming in an email. So sign up for my newsletter with the 10 groovy do's. Also, there's another link in the description of this video. It's Just Steph resources, and it's all the stuff that I like, that I order, and that I love in my life. And my book list that I'm going to tell you about today will be on there. I'm not sure if it's on there today yet. I just sent all the information over, so it's going to be a minute before all the books are on there. But you will definitely be able to get them in a few days. Some of the books are already on there. Some, most are not on there. So they will be, though. And that's my resources. I have like collagen powder and different things that I like in my life. So, things that you might like yourself. If you don't, just pass. Get your own stuff. No problem. Okay, so without further ado, this summer's reading list. Now, don't get scared. Here it is. No, you don't have to read them all. This is just a nice big compilation of some of my favorites. But the first book you need to have on your list is this one. For sure. Okay, be sure you're reading this book this summer. And then what you want to do is you want to buy this book for everybody for Christmas. Get like 20 books, and then I'll sign them for you. Okay, I will sign them for you, and I will personalize them. So if you want Auntie Sue, I'll personalize Auntie Sue. Here you go. Merry Christmas. So you want to do that. These are great to have. You go to what I love to do, even it's my own book, but I buy a whole bunch of them and I sign them and I bring them for hostess gifts. How's that? You go to somebody's house, they love a signed book from the author. Everybody loves a signed book. I'm telling you, I've done this. I've been doing this for years. So get you want to definitely get a copy of that. That's your first book on your reading list. But I know what happens. Like I'm reading a book right now that I struggle because I love to do audiobooks when I'm driving. So that is really, and I'll put on the audiobook when I'm puttering around the house. So I love that. So really settling in and reading, like using my brain, because I'm all about balance in all four areas of the human person: physical, emotional, spiritual, and intellectual. And a good book could feed all of that. I mean, not so much physical movement or anything, but it does, if it's information, whatever information it is, you know, books, it's great for it's like exercise for your brain, and you need to read, okay? If you want to keep your marbles at the end, you definitely want to be reading, because it helps your brain function. So that's something you should really be doing on a daily basis. I'm the worst, okay? Not really the worst, but anyway, so you want to, I know sometimes you want to have light reading that's fun. So you have your romance novels or your funny books or your mysteries or your John Grisham books. Those are fabulous. You definitely want to do that. But these books that I have here for you are books to help you grow as an individual. Okay, and they are, so I would suggest, if you're reading some fiction, at least pick one or two off the book list here that will help you grow as a person. Now you can, dig around. I'm not going to go through every single book. I'm going to pull out a few, because I have several from the same author, because I love those authors. But you can always message me, and I will send you this list, and then you can look at my resources page and see what you like. Okay. The first book I want to tell you about is called Wolfpack by Abby Wambach. Now, Abby holds the record for the number of goals scored in professional soccer for both women and men. Her book is short. I actually listened to it as an audiobook. It is amazing. It's quick. It's a quick read. It's quick. Now, it's not for women completely. I love these books. I love for men to get a good perspective on this kind of stuff, because actually she's all about it. She taps into the soccer game and what it means, and she's bringing it into real life. And this book is amazing. It's a great book, and it's a quick read, really easy read. Now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books that belong to either Don Miguel Ruiz, Don Miguel Ruiz Jr., Don Jose Ruiz. So it's like the 4 Agreements. You know that Tom Brady's into the 4 Agreements. He loves all that stuff. So these books by the Ruiz family are amazing, okay? So there's the 4 Agreements. The Mastery of Love is a great book, okay? This book talks about, what it means to really love. And it gets into love with, romantic love. So, and it's great. That chapter is unbelievable. But there's also like the Mastery of Self, and the 3 questions. I actually did not read this one. It's the 7 Secrets to Healthy, Happy Relationships, but I found it, and I'm going to read it. I already ordered it. So I have a couple of books I've ordered, because I was looking up books for all of you. So this is me. I love books. Okay. So another book that is a great book, it's called Choice Theory by William Glasser. This book talks about how everything that happens to us in our lives is a choice, even our illnesses. So see, I vibrate higher than any virus. I'm not sick. I'm not getting sick. That's how I roll. Okay, I'm choosing health. I'm choosing to eat right. I'm choosing different things. Choice theory talks about how everything that happens to us is a choice, and that he talks about something called a quality circle. A quality circle it's those people in our lives that when we make a decision, our decisions impact them and we care about them. So that could be your spouse, your girlfriend, boyfriend, kids, parents, whatever it is. So if you decide to take a job in Alaska, who will that affect? Okay, that's your quality circle. Okay, um, and he talks about how when you move somebody out of your quality circle, it's really hard pressed to get them back in. So when you know that when you're in a relationship and then you're done, you don't care what they think or feel, you're done. And it's very hard to get them back into your quality circle. Okay, and that's great. And he does a description of personalities that's amazing. Awesome. The Rhythm of Life. Now, this is a Catholic author, Matthew Kelly. He talks about the 4 aspects of the human person: physical, emotional, spiritual, and intellectual. This book is a great basic book. It's not difficult to understand. It's a good book. He's a great author. One that I loved was 10% Happier by Dan Harris. He's a reporter for, he does the nighttime news. Anyway, he talks about his struggle with cocaine, and his story is just amazing, and how he got into meditation and how he would, how he moved from where he was to being happy. Great book. Alter Ego is a great book. Bossy Pants by Tina Fey. That's a fun book. Okay, now for you girls out there. Now men, I think that you should read this too. I always think men should come to, we as women, I think, I try to understand men's perspective and how men feel about things, because I think it's important. It's great for relationships, whether it's friends or romantic partners, family members, whatever. But this is a sort of a girl book, but it's not girly. You know what I'm saying? So it's called A Woman's Worth by Marianne Williamson. I listened to this as an audiobook. It's a short book. It's a fabulous book. I'm going to listen to it again. I love it. It's a great, great book. And it's very, I believe Marianne is an African-American author. She has a beautifully soothing voice. It's just a great book. But she talks about, she's very inclusive of everything. Here's one for you girls trying to get your business off the ground, or your work or your career. Get Rich Lucky Bitch by Denise Duffield Thomas. Great book. I listened to it as an audiobook. Another book that's really short that you could read by the pool, Who Moved My Cheese? It's an old book. It's by Spencer Johnson. It's a great book. Okay, and that's they have one for teenagers. So if you have kids in your life that are going through changes, especially with all of this that they've had to adjust to, a book like Who Moved My Cheese will help them make adjustments in their lives so that they can reap the benefits no matter what happens in their lives. I love the Badass books by Jen Sincero. You Are a Badass. You're a Badass at Making Money. You're a Badass Every Day. And there's some others out there as well. And Heal Your Body by Louise Hay. Any books by Louise Hay are fabulous. And if you listen to Louise Hay on YouTube, you'll know, she's just so soothing. She's the best. Heal Your Body is it's almost like a little reference book. And so when you have an ache or a pain, you open it up to that, you find it, and you can find out what mental problem you have that's causing this physical ailment, and you can sort of talk yourself through that. I love that. And then, of course, my last one I have here, it's called Unfuck Yourself by Gary John Bishop. It's a great book. I listened to it on audio. I think I bought it too, because some of these books, even if you listen on audio, you want to take notes. So this is my book list for you. I know I gave you a lot. So if you want the list, I can send this to you, but you can look on my resources page. These are great books. So pick one or two and add it to your summer reading list, but make sure you have this book on your list too. Okay? I have other books too that I wrote. The Only Way Is Up. You can get that one. It's on my reference page too. But you can get that free as a download. Let me know. I'll send you the link. Okay. I have another one too It's called Where the Hell Are the Ruby Slippers? The Search for the Power. But that's coming out with my big announcement. So here is your grace card for today. Affection. Love yourself. You are the ultimate act of creation fashioned by the hands of a divine artist. So loving yourself means taking care of your brain and reading good books, for God's sake. Okay? Read a book. Hold it in your hand and read it. I have to do that too because I like to listen to audiobooks. I made myself read last night for like an hour. You have to do it. Okay? So love yourself. You are the ultimate act of creation fashioned by the hands of a divine artist. So I want to say something about this. If God, infinite intelligence, the universe, your higher power had created you, and she is perfect, why would perfection create imperfection? Think about that one today. Because you are perfect. You are amazing. Me too. Right? Okay, so I hope you have a fabulous Tuesday. The weather is just gorgeous here in Boston. I can't believe it. And so tomorrow I'll be back, of course. Wednesday, Thursday. Friday's your Love Card Friday. It's going to come a little later because I decided I'm going to go to the beach on Friday. I'm taking the day. I'm going to go early in the morning. I'll be back in the afternoon with your love cards. But I will be here for the next couple of days as well. Always reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm here for you. Big announcements coming. Ta-da! My book. Sign up for my newsletter. You don't want to miss a beat with just Steph. So take a risk. Be vulnerable. Share your heart and love always. Know I love you all. Wishing you love, balance, and peace. Ciao, ciao, baby. I love you. I do.